Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. I remain your faithful brother, Reverend Elijah Emuche. Please do not join the bandwagon of those who attach more importance to the container at the expense of the content inside the container. You know, over times, I have taken my time to discover that there are containers that look very ugly, but right inside, the content inside look very beautiful and mind-blowing. And I've also seen containers that looked very, very beautiful, but had nasty content inside, unacceptable content inside. You know, one day, two young men wanted to board a tricycle, and they saw an old-looking tricycle. And the other young man was complaining to his friend. He said, "We cannot board this tricycle. It's old-looking. It will not give us the kind of speed we need to get to our destination on time." And the other one responded, "But there is no newer tricycle around. By the time we spend the time it will cost us to wait for a newer tricycle, this one would have gone a little bit further." And then they accepted and entered into the tricycle, unknown to them that the owner of that tricycle was listening to their conversation. So by the time they entered into the tricycle, the man started the tricycle and zoomed off. And before you know it, he was overtaking other tricycles. And the young man that complained initially, his statement, his words changed. He said, "Wow, I was deceived by the body of this tricycle. Unknown to me that the engine of the tricycle is a new engine." And that was what it was. A new engine inside an old body-looking tricycle. Now listen. Don't kill yourself if you do not look it outwardly. There is something inside of you that can shake the world. There is something inside of you that can manifest, and it will cover that thing that you think that you don't have outward. Let me shock you. You see the video, the beautiful video you are watching? The screen of the phone that I'm using to record this video is heavily cracked. Are you surprised? If I tell you that the screen of the phone I'm using to record this video is heavily cracked, you wouldn't believe it. If I had looked at the crack on the screen of the phone, I will not record. Now, that the screen of the phone is cracked, does it have anything to do with the video you are watching? Is the video cracked? Is the video cracked? Is my voice cracking? No. No. Please, beloved, it is not all about the container. It is about the inner content. Apostle Paul, in the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 12, from verse 7 thereabout, he talked about a thorn in the flesh. And then when he went to God in prayer, God told him, "My grace is enough for you." What does that mean, Paul? Do not look at your outward appearance. Don't look at the outward container. Look at the grace that I have deposited in you. It is the grace that today we talk about Paul. Oh my God, everywhere people talk about Apostle Paul. How many times do people talk about the thorn in his flesh? A lot of historians, Bible historians and theologians, they say they describe Paul. If you see the description about Paul, some say he had bowed head, some say that he had eye problems, some say that he was small in stature. But no matter all those physical descriptions, the grace of God and the anointing inside of him made this man to shake nations of the world. It's not about the container, it's about the content inside. What about David? When David came to the war front to bring food for the eldest brother Eliab insulted him. He called him braggart, naughty boy. Who the bush belong to you? Look like a bush boy, look like a shepherd. This place out here, it doesn't belong to you. Go back to the bush. Who did you leave those sheep? You are a shepherd. Who did you leave the sheep of our father for? Go back to the bush. Oh my God. Even when David was taken to Saul, Saul also doubted the capacity of David, looking at him physically. He doubted, but by the time David started unveiling and revealing his curriculum vitae, the achievement that he had in the bush, facing a lion, facing a bear, Saul said, "Wow, I've been deceived by the physical appearance of this young man." Saul had never killed a lion before. Saul had never killed a bear before. But this young man had killed the lion and the bear. Even when David faced Goliath, Goliath demeaned him badly. Goliath said, "Why are you trying to insult me? Why will you bring this dog? Why will you bring this dog to face a giant like me?" Oga Goliath, it is not by the physical container, it is by the content inside. And by the time the content inside of David manifested, Goliath was already on the ground, and David used his own spear to cut off his head. Beloved, you may not look it, but there is something inside of you that will make you look it. Manifest it. Manifest it. Manifest that grace inside of you, and then you begin to look it. If you like what you've heard, please drop your comment, be an evangelist by extension, and share with somebody. God bless you. See you on the next episode.